What is going on, guys? It is Dan from the Shot in the Dark Reactions channel, bringing you another Shot in the Dark reaction. Thank you so much for sticking around and having patience with me. I really enjoyed the last video we did of doing that ghost song together and sort of picking the pieces and singing on a song that I'd not heard before. It was really fun, and we will be doing that again on another sort of song that of my choosing soon. But I thought we'd do a reaction to a song by a band called Holding Absence, which are a band from the UK, and a phenomenal band with some incredibly talented musicians, including a singer called Lucas, who honestly has one of the strongest vocals that I've heard for a good long while. Absolutely beautiful singer, and they've released some absolute bangers, including one of my favourite albums of all time, The Greatest Mistake of My Life. So if you're just watching this and you've not heard of Holding Absence before, I really implore you to check them out. They're a phenomenal band. But this is a brand new song by them called Whisper of a Dream. And if you're watching us for the first time, my name is Dan. I'm a singer-songwriter from the UK, and we break down songs to the finest cause. So you'll get a lot of pausing and a lot of breakdowns, because that's what we're all about here. If you don't like that, you're in the wrong place, basically. And that's all there is to it. So let's head to the reaction chamber, perform some Reactomancy on a song called Whisper of a Dream by the Holding Absence. All right, here we go. I'm excited for this. I don't know what to expect. I've got the lyrics in front of me. Looks very cool. Already can see some really catchy lines there. But yeah, I'm excited for this. Phenomenal band, and yeah, let's get into it. What kind of vibe are we going for, boys? Oh, that's their. Oh, hang on a minute. Already something quite cool that is their logo, which I've always found really cool, by the way. I've got merchandise with that logo on. But then it changes to this logo, which gives me like... That gives me Angels and Airwaves vibes. I wonder if that's the kind of song we're going for. Ooh. Oh. Oh. Woo! Yes. Oh, I like those synths. Oh, yeah. Okay, wow. A great introduction. A shadow in the darkness, a whisper of a dream. I know it's far away, but there's hope, because I believe. A slowly fading memory, an underwater scream. I know it's far away, but there is peace for me. I love that phrasing of underwater scream. A slowly fading memory, an underwater scream. Like when you're underwater and you try and scream and you try and, you know, let out a big old scream, you're not going to be able to be heard no matter how much you're giving that scream. So it's unheard. It's fading. That's really cool. A Whisper of a Dream. That's what the song's called. So we get that straight away. That's cool. I love the atmospheric build into... it's building this huge crescendo into this huge drop where we find ourselves into that second section. That was awesome, man. Let's listen to that one more time. Yeah, I love that swell. Going straight into it. A shadow in the darkness, a whisper of a dream. And then the bass, doom, doom, on the two lines. That's really nice. Cool. I love the harmonies that they're choosing in the song as well so far. Almost sounds like a girl's voice, but I'm pretty sure that's Lucas. They've just got like some really cool sound effect going on that harmony.
Slowly fading memory, an underwater scream.
An underwater scream. Yeah. There's also like a bassy voice underneath that as well.
Underwater scream.
Underwater scream. 3-part harmony.
I know it's far away, but there is peace for me.
And those big drums. Gat, 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 gat. Slight change in tempo. And then it increases tempo here. Da, 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 da. Nice.
I saw God.
Alright, we're going back.
Saw God offering me perfection.
Mm.
In the neon, in the neon, in the neon reflection. He pulled me
Ooh,
awake, swift
on the
as he
offbeat.
came, his wings
Okay.
took flight, never saw him again. And now I find myself alone, left to wonder if the mannequins could speak. Surely they would use their lungs and scream.
That is a weird sound effect. Almost sounds childlike. That's definitely his voice. That is really cool. So I saw a God offering me perfection in a neon reflection. He pulled me awake as swift as he came. His wings took flight, never saw him again. And now I find myself alone, left to wonder if the mannequins could speak. Surely they would use their lungs and scream. So this song is like, it's the uselessness of not being able to be heard. So you've got the mannequins, they can't talk, can they? But if they could, they'd probably like be screaming because of like them sort of being placed. I mean, when you got a mannequin, you place them and you pose them in a way that seems fit for you, you know. But if they could speak, you know, it reminds me of fucking Silent Hill 2 actually, which is a little bit unsettling. If you know, you know. Yeah, really, really cool. I love the I saw a God in a neon. It's this like real ping pong sort of back and forth, playful melody choice. That's really cool. I hope they play on that more with the drums. With that offbeat snare that we heard at the start. I think that would fit really nicely there on an offbeat. So we saw a God offering him he's offering him perfection. Like, here you go, here is everything you've ever wanted. He pulled me awake as swift as he came. His wings took flight, never saw him again. So he's like offering it, and he's like, all right, fair enough, I'll take it. And then he just goes before anything, you know, actually comes away with it. So like I said, it's just this very useless feeling that I'm getting so far. You're left completely useless. Nice. Very harrowing so far. I want to listen to that just one more time going into this chorus.
Offering me perfection in the neon, in the neon, in the neon reflection.
I love Lucas's voice, by the way. It's very it's almost very operatic, not in the sense of but like it's got that sort of really clear pronunciation. His breath control's fantastic, but he can really push it, by the way. If this is the first time you're hearing Hold an Absence, this is nothing yet. I know this is going to go somewhere, because he has huge pipes and potential. Like, he really, really is a powerhouse of a singer. So, yeah, like I said, like, his breath control is so good. Like, in the neon, in the neon, is taking those breaths, making it really like feel like really like, yeah, like that uselessness feeling, you know, that really like in the moment feeling. Really cool. Yeah, I really like this so far. I actually prefer this to the last record that they did already.
He pulled me awake, swift as he came, his wings took flight, never saw him again. And now I find myself alone, left to wonder.
We need to talk about this, by the way. It sounds like it sounds so childlike and innocent, this vocal that's delivered. I'm pretty sure it's a sound effect on his vocal, but it's really clever. You know what it reminds me of? Remember, like back in the day, like in the early sort of 2000 era, where like Cascada came out and stuff like that, and you had that like really childlike, squeaky sort of chipmunky sound that was all the rage. It's kind of like that, but not as drawn out. But it's got that like really nasally, high pitched sound. But it's really interesting. It's almost like it's almost like he's got that like helium sort of sound going on. I wonder if they used helium for that and then put an effect on it. Although I don't know, that's a really, really interesting way of like portraying innocence in that delivery. Because that's the line about the inner mannequin, you know, that surely they could use their lungs and scream. Interesting. We're then going into a chorus, which I'm really excited for, because they have got like Holding Absence are so good at delivering catchy but anthemic, huge, will not get out of your head, earwormy fucking choruses. Oh yeah. Oh, nice. Oh. Oh yeah, bring us back to that. Ah, oh, nice. Ooh, man, that's a huge chorus. I told you, man. Their choruses are always huge. The cogs have begun to spin, a might tunneling in my skin. Ooh, that's unsettling. It's hard to be whole. I'm mending a soul that I had broken. Nice rhyming couplet there in the middle. Or should I rejoin the rest and sleep through my innocence? That's a really cool half rhyme on rest and innocence. Being a human's more of a burden than I was hoping. That's a beautiful line. Being a human's more of a burden than I was hoping. That's fucking awesome. That's really, really cool. So let's draw that out. The cogs have begun to spin. A might tunneling in my skin. It's hard to be whole. I'm mending a soul that I had broken. So it's like saying, like, all of a sudden this machine is reeling into life again. The cogs have begun to spin. Normally that's like something in your head, isn't it? Like the gears of turning in your head. So he's starting to think again. And at the same time, he's being sort of consumed physically. Your soul's being broken. Or should I rejoin the rest and sleep through my innocence? Again, this is what I was saying about that childlike voice that we heard in the pre-chorus. We're talking about innocence here. And that's almost like what this song's about. It's this whisper of a dream. It's like this consistent hopelessness feeling of you're a kid or you're some form of innocence and you're being consumed by something, you know, and it's changing you physically and mentally, changing you. It's mentally changing you. Your cogs are turning, but it's physically changing you because mites are tunneling in you. You know, you're becoming something that you didn't want to become, which is really cool. And I'm enjoying this a lot. Let's go through that chorus again. That's a huge fucking chorus, guys. Huge. Let's talk about Lucas's pushing as well. His aggression, so good. I love that. The cogs have begun to spin. He's like really pushes on that spin. The cogs have begun to spin. Like, that's so cool. And then you've got the polar opposite. Skin. He's showing you there the two forms of this character. So you've got the innocence of the skin and the real spin of that aggression. This is really cool. Oh. And notice that as well. Innocence. When you're songwriting, think about the words that you're putting on the page and deliver them physically. You know, like the word innocence. Sing it with innocence, and it gives you an even deeper meaning of what you're actually trying to portray. That's fucking awesome. So the cogs have begun to spin, and might tunnel in my skin. It's hard to be whole and mending the soul that I had broken. Or should I rejoin the rest, sleep through my innocence? This bit here, being a human's more of a burden than I was hoping. That's fucking awesome. Oh, man. Huge. And then he screams into it. Alright, second verse, here we go. Are we going to get anything different?
I saw a God, I saw a God, I saw a God, but he looked and turned away. Pathetic and cold, an orphan alone in the open.
Woo!
I begged him to stay with me in the grey, inanimate like a bird in a
Oh, we're sad dancing to that bit in the club. Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, man, this song is huge. This song's huge. Oh my goodness. The second verse on this song is awesome, man. That might be my favorite thing they've done in a long time. So it dips out again. Okay, they're really clever with their ebbs and flows, holding absent. So they're dipping out again here, giving you this real clear space where they're drawing it out again. The story comes back. Same lines, I saw a God, again. But this time round, it's interesting. There's this like sort of glitch effect. So it's like, I saw a God, I saw a God, I saw... It kind of like that Nicki Minaj thing that she likes doing. That real like stuttery sort of... It's very poppy. It's very cool though. I like it a lot. But he looked and turned away. I saw a God, but he looked and turned away. I'm pathetic and cold and orphan alone in the open. So it's saying like, you know, I saw a God, but he wasn't interested, basically. And it made him feel pathetic. He begged him to stay with me in the grey. Inanimate like a bird in a cage, but now no doubt at all. Yeah, it's just about having like doubts, being so innocent that you're letting religion and you're letting all these things that are trying to make you feel whole again, to make you feel more normal and profound. But so many things are pushing back at you, basically. But I really, really like how we got the glitch that I saw a god. But then when it comes into the next part, Buddy looked and turned away. If I was writing this, I would be like exactly like the first verse almost. And I'd literally just come in on the drums on probably, but he looked on the word looked. But the drums actually come in on the word turned. And so it's this like half-timey sort of groove. And that was what was making me like, ooh, feel like you could dance to it. It's got like this real back and forth feel again. But it goes so well with that glitch. Like, that transition is so pleasing. Because it's sort of like, it's almost like tuning a radio, you know? It's like this, like, you're trying to find the correct frequency. And at that moment, you're just getting like static and you're getting just consistent, repetitive sort of things going on. But then all of a sudden you find it and then it clicks. And then it's really like cool how the beat kind of follows. Is it behind? I think it might be. I think it might even be ahead of the music, which is quite interesting. Let me feel that again.
I saw a god, I saw a god, I saw a god, but he looked and turned away.
Oh man. Nice. And then we go into full voice here instead of that childlike mannequin could speak. That bit that we were doing, that like sort of chipmunky sound that we were going for, which is still really genuinely very cool. But now we're in that full voice. I also love the passion that this band, you know, push out through the art of music. They're so good at that. But I've watched this band live, and I can tell you now, they are just as good live, if not better. They're actually one of those bands that I actually prefer to watch live, just because of how much emotion comes out of them. And you can see that even in the video. You can see that even in the video. You know, there's a lot of emotion going on. It's quite cool as well, like, I know I keep pausing, but that's what this is about. It's quite cool how there's this very, very, very small piano that's mixed, and it's like literally so delicately put on certain words in that bit there where he comes in on the mannequins part again. No doubt at all. Yeah, I know that if the yeah, and then it's the back again. That's so clever. Huge. Huge chorus. Alright, what's going to happen now? Because we've reached the same chorus. I was expecting something slightly different on the second chorus. It's exactly the same, which is great, because they know it's a banger. I hate when bands take a chorus and they go, oh, now it's going to be this, but different. No. Like, if you've got a chorus, the reason it's good is because it's good in its entirety, and it's good because it's got the hooks, right? And this chorus is hugely hooky, right? And if you're going to change it for the second chorus, then you're going to ruin that. You're not going to get that earworm, which is what they're really good at. So I'm so glad they kept the same chorus. It's still absolutely huge. Like I was saying, like some of the words in the choruses so cleverly, you know, translated with the correct emotions. Like they're so good at that as well. But there's a bridge happening now, and I'm interested to see what form we're going to go for, because I always joke about Holden Absence. Like, their sound is so like, it's just like this like consistent like back and forth between super innocent or like sort of choir boy singing and then this giant fucking mammoth singing. But it's what we love about them so much, and it's just I just don't think they should ever change that. It's just so good to hear the transitional changes like that. But let's see what they go for here. Oh, that. Oh, I didn't expect that. Oh, yeah. Ah, it's the same as the introduction. Clever. Ooh! Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yes. All the yes. Give me an album now, please. Thank you so much. Wow. Yeah, okay, so clever. We get you the bridge. The bridge is the same as the introduction. The words are the same as the introduction, but we just do it in a different way. So we borrow what we've already done, but we give it more aggression. And that's... I already said that that's what this band's all about, and then they just literally deliver it just so you can see it with your own eyes and listen to your own ears. Really cool. Again, like I said earlier, when he said the word innocence and he was so innocent about it, this time when he says the word scream, he physically screams. That's what I'm saying. Like, sometimes it's honestly as easy as that. Like, delivering a word and really putting a stamp on it and making sure that it completely is utterly understood with every fiber of its being. The best way to do that is to deliver exactly what the word is saying. So dream, for example, I probably wouldn't scream that. That's a very whimsical word. I'd probably say that in a very sort of light, demeanor. But with the word scream, that's a different story, isn't it? The word darkness, these foreboding words, then you broken, stuff like that. I give that more scream. And it sounds like a really easy thing that everybody could just figure out for themselves, but I could guarantee you there's so many times a songwriter will sit there and they won't be thinking that a lot like that logical. They'll be trying to do things and make things far more complicated than they actually need to be. Where sometimes it really is the simplistic things are always the better things for your audience. Because at the end of the day, I'm a musician. I'm listening to this with musician ears. A lot of people will be listening to this with just regular ears. And that's awesome. That's exactly what their target market is and their target audience is. So literally make it to a point where the earworm settles in so easily. And that is catchy choruses, ripping guitars, huge anthemic drums, soaring atmospheric sounds, cool synthwave stuff, great drops. Just overall, this song is exactly what I'd show someone if they were like, who's holding absence? I'd show them this, because this is literally everything that encapsulates this specific band and sound that they go for. It's exactly the same. It's exactly what I was wanting. I don't want anything specifically crazily new from this band. I just want the same thing, but I want it delivered in a different way, if that makes sense. I don't want them to drastically change, just because what they have, the recipe that they have on their songs and their songwriting is just too good to change. It really is. And is that a curse in a way? Because a lot of people would probably think that this is kind of like kind of safe, really. But I'd sort of I'd respond to those people and say, what would you ideally want? If you're a fan of this band, would you really want them to change too much? They just have something that's so good, like a lightning. They have literal lightning in a bottle, this band. Seriously, like that. There are only so many bands that genuinely have lightning in a bottle, and that is this band. Like, I love everything they've ever done, but the one album that really sold me on this band was the greatest mistake of my life. It is fucking incredibly good. Incredibly good. And I was just hoping so much that they were going to return to those roots. And that's what this is for me. This is like a slow evolution of what that album was for me. And I'm fucking vibing. I'm absolutely vibing. I love the sort of sci-fi wave stuff that they're trying to implement a little bit as well. I'm sort of getting a little bit of that, which I'm hoping they kind of lean into a little bit more, because I feel like that's different enough, but not enough to change them completely. Brilliant. Just absolutely awesome. Awesome. Nothing I can say negative towards that at all. Phenomenal songwriting, phenomenal performance. Brilliant. Check them out, guys, please. Yeah. I mean, there's nothing else I can say, guys. That is just Holding Absence. You need to check them out if you haven't already. If you have and you've enjoyed this, then I will do more Holding Absence. And I'll do more videos in general. I'm still gonna be doing the videos that I've promised. They'll just be coming at another time, basically, just because I want to make content that I want to make, you know, at the same time as pleasing the masses. I want to make content that I genuinely want to create. That's where the magic will happen, if you will. But that was really fun, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, make sure that you're liking the video, subscribing to the channel if you are new, hitting that notification bell so you don't miss future videos on mobile devices. And I will catch you guys on the next one. And until then, my name is Longdan, and I am out.